Hey guys, Randy here at etrailer.com. Today we're taking a look at the NOCO Boost HD. This is the GB70. This is going to be a lithium jump pack. Works out really well, has a nice weight to it. And all the NOCO products that I've messed with, whether it's their boost packs or their battery chargers, they all work really well and work terribly effectively. This is going to work for gasoline engines up to 8 liters. It's going to work for diesel engines up to 6 liters. And essentially it's going to give us a battery pack. It's going to give us something that we can either use to jump start a vehicle. If our battery goes dead, let's say we're out overlanding, we're out camping, we left the key on, our battery goes dead and there's nobody else around. This can really save us a lot of headaches and get us out of those tight situations. These are something that can be stored with that lithium battery. We can store it for extended periods of time in the vehicle, never have to worry about it discharging. You know, maybe if you've got it in there for 8 months, 9 months and you haven't used it, just hook it up, make sure it gets a little bit of a charge. But it holds the charge really, really well. Working with customers with these, heard nothing but good things about them. Some customers have left them in their car for a year, needed them, pulled them out, and it fired the car right up. So it works out really effectively. The old Jeep here, the battery always seems to drain down on it. So having one of these handy with that 2,000 amps rather, really takes this and starts it with no issues. If you get into the larger size engines, there's something called equalizing, so you can hook this up and turn it on and just let it sit for about 5 minutes. That's going to bring your vehicle's battery up a little bit and then gives you that start that you need. So works out really, really effectively. The clamps on it are very nice. Really nice heavy duty spring tension. They're wide so they don't hurt your hands. And if you look in there, full copper, so it really going to resist corrosion and issues like that. Not going to have to worry about these bending or flexing on you. And they've got good built-in safeguards. We'll turn the package on there. We go wire to wire here. Traditional chargers, you know, they're going to have a spark. As you can see here, no issues, no problems. We can connect these up backwards to our battery, and the jump pack's going to instantly recognize that and won't send any power out. So you really don't have to worry about messing up with it. Just get it connected and get your vehicle started. I like the cable length here too, even though my battery terminals are kind of opposite of what happens, or what these happen to be, positives on this side, grounds on this side. Does a great job connecting and no issues. And you can see once properly connected, we have the lights that run through saying it's sending out power, it's ready to go. White light here indicates it's ready to go. This is that override mode that we had talked about. And again, this is only in extreme situations. If your battery's severely discharged, you'll want to use that. You can see here with the cables connected backwards, so the positives on negative, the negatives on positive, you can see we get this indication letting us know that there's something wrong. We need to get that switched. All right, we ran the battery down. It was still at about 10 volts. So we ran it down to about 7 volts, which is, well, it's getting low. It definitely wouldn't fire up on its own. So we've connected our boost pack here. Let it sit. It's only been on there for maybe a minute or so to help equalize a little bit. We'll go hit the key, and I fully expect it to fire right up. Yeah, fired right up. No issues, no problems. We'll let it run a little bit, unhook our charger, and let the alternator do the work now. Now it comes in a nice carrying case, as you can see, and not only can we keep the boost pack in there, but also all the cables that come with it. We're going to have several options there. Get this out of there first. There's also instructions in there. But we're going to have a standard USB that's going to go to the micro USB, more like the Samsung style. And we've also got our red and black cable here. Now this can be plugged in to the cigarette outlet portion. That can be plugged into our dashboard. And then we can plug it in right here. So we can actually charge this after we start up whatever it is that's dead. We can charge that as we're heading down the road. That's great for overlanding in those situations because you don't really have wall power to plug it into. We can reverse this, plug this in this side, take this side and put it on the 12-volt out. Now that's going to give us an outlet if you have a small air compressor that you want to power to get air in the tires. Maybe you've got a light that you want to plug in and the 300 lumens here isn't quite enough. We can plug that in there and it'll give you a nice work light. So it gives us very remote 12-volt power that we can take really anywhere we want to go. You've got a USB out here, so we can plug that in and charge our phone. And then we've got a USB in, so we'll plug that into here. That's going to plug into any standard USB wall socket and charge the pack up. So overall it works really effectively. You've got a lot of different options as far as how you connect it for charging cell phones, tablets, different things like that. And then of course the standard clamps for connecting onto the battery to actually jump start. The light's going to be located right here on the end. We've got our button right here to turn it on. And when we do that, we can go to a high, a medium, and a low setting. We can go to a flash, an SOS, and then there's also a strobe. Now to get through those different patterns, you want to hit that button within the first second or so of switching it. So you go to whatever pattern you want, and then when you hit that button next time, it's going to turn it off. So if you just want to turn it on high, let it go through those couple seconds, and then when we hit it, it's going to switch off. I like that option. It kind of saves the headache of having to tap the button 6 times, and if you miss it, tap the button 5 more times to get back where you need to go. Power button right here. As you can see, that's going to tell us how much charge that we have in the pack. And in some instances, if your battery gets down below 2 volts, the jump pack doesn't recognize the battery. It doesn't want to jump that battery since it's so discharged. In that situation, we can hit the red button here. That's going to put it in an override mode. So the built-in safeguards here, let's say if we have these hooked up backwards, instead of those giving us any kind of spark or any kind of issues, the jump pack just doesn't do it. Those safeguards are going to be turned off. So you want to use extreme caution if you are going to go into that mode so you don't wind up creating a spark or getting your battery cables crossed and then causing issues there. The charger itself weighs in at about 5 pounds. The overall length end to end is going to be 8 13/16 of an inch. The width is going to be 6 inches. And the total thickness on it is going to be 2 13/16. So this is something you can really get stored in a lot of areas. Unlike all the other battery packs that are out there, it weighs a quarter or less of what most of those do. And it's much, much smaller. So this is something we can definitely get stored and have on hand when we need it.